Howdy doody everyone, Wombu here. This has been a long time coming. It's my first countdown of the new year. But not only is it a new year, it's also a new decade.
It's 2015! Yeah! Happy 2015, everybody.
Ed, what are you?
I can't believe we finally made it to 2015.
No.
And to celebrate the new year of 2015...
Why are you doing this?
We're here to look back on our favorite game from the year previous to 2015... 2014.
But it's not. It isn't 2015.
I'm of course talking about Mario Kart 8.
You just aren't even listening to me.
For the Wii U.
For the Wii.
Hot buttered popcorn, that's a thing.
This isn't right, Ed.
Come on, haven't you always wanted to talk about Mario Kart?
Honestly, yeah, kinda.
Well, what better way to celebrate the year 2015?
Shut the fuck up! Top 10 Mario Kart 8 tracks.
There isn't much that needs explaining about Nintendo's long-lasting racing franchise. It's iconic, it's consistently fun, and it's always prone to bullshit.
Well, you're a lucky son of a bitch.
Mario Kart 8 is the most recent Mario Kart game to be released on consoles so far, and is by far the most fun and polished entry in the franchise to date.
And in a weird twist of fate, this is what Ed and I have decided to collaborate on. And while there's a lot of things in Mario Kart that would lend themselves well to countdowns, items, vehicles, Shy Guy colors, Ed and I were personally most interested in the racetracks themselves.
The rules for this very timely countdown are actually pretty simple. If it's a track in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U,
why?
Then it's eligible for this list.
Also, while some of the entries on here are holdovers from previous games, the original iterations don't necessarily affect the rankings. We're looking at how Mario Kart 8 specifically does them. With all that said, let's delay no further. On your marks, get set.
Go! Get a move on! Go on! Go! Why are you still here?
Hey Ed, I wanted to talk to you about the upcoming Mario Kart list.
What's up?
Well, there's this one track that I really love. It's my fourth favorite, actually, but I don't know if it scored high enough to make the list proper. I was wondering if you would maybe be okay with me vetoing it to number 10?
Well, of course, buddy. It's number 4 on your list. It deserves to be up there.
Excellent. Thanks so much, dude.
Hey, out of curiosity, how high did I rank it?
Oh, number 17.
Fuck.
I sure do love me some good compromise.
First goddamn entry.
Yep, good compromise.
So, you like Super Bell Subway, huh?
Yes, I do. It's a good track, damn it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is, but that's just it. It's good. Nothing more. At least I think so, anyway.
Don't tilt me this early on, Ed. You lack culture. You lack refined sensibilities.
Alright, why don't you explain your weird love for this place, then?
Maybe I will. I've personally always enjoyed some of the more traffic-oriented tracks from the franchise, like Toad's Turnpike or Mushroom Bridge from Double Dash. I feel like the number of pathways and the constant oncoming traffic adds an extra high-octane fun compared to the other tracks in the series. My main problem with them usually is that they can be kinda too much. Like the consistent chaos of it all just beats the player down. I feel that Super Bell Subway hits the perfect balance though. Since the trains will only appear like once or twice in any lap, the player gets actual room to breathe.
That's the part that makes this track so plain for me, though. Isn't the whole point of the traffic maps to add an extra obstacle for the player to overcome? For me, the fact that the traffic isn't constant makes it feel a little too safe. And if you make the obstacle barely appear throughout the track, doesn't that defeat the purpose of it being traffic-oriented?
That's probably where our interpretations would differ the most on it, because I'd argue it's tamer, but not self-defeating. Even without the trains, there's so many subtly propulsive elements that make this track a joy.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, there's the very insular design that gives this constant sense of speed, and a winding layout that's very conducive to drift boosting. There's also bumps and ramps all over the place, and even optional high ground that lets you boost off the trains if you want. There's just a really nice flow to this place that I dig like crazy. I can definitely understand the opinion that it might be too safe or straightforward, but for me, it was simple, yet super imaginative and hectic in the best way. Top marks from Womboy.
Okay. that's fair.
Really? You don't got anything else to say?
Yeah, sure. I understand your reasoning, and it's only number 10 after all.
You're being a lot more accepting of this than I was expecting.
No, trust me. It's fine. I'm just very excited for number 9.
Why? Hey, thanks again for letting me talk about Super Bell Subway.
Oh, we're not done yet. If your number 4 is making it, then it's only fair that mine does as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Awesome. Thanks, bud.
So which track is it?
This one.
Really?
Yes, really.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I mean, it's fine, but like, are we really?
Just put it on the list, you idiotic candle holder!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Cheap, Cheap Beach is on here, you guys.
Okay, why not, I suppose. So you said this is your number 4. Where did I rank it?
Take a guess.
Oh, you know, number 17. Fuck. Gonna be honest, I was pretty surprised by this one. This is a fine map, I like it, but like, I don't know if it's good enough to be top 10.
Womba.
What?
Shush. This is my time. Cheap Cheap Beach is a pretty simple track. It's rather straightforward, and there's not a lot of shortcuts to take, but there's 3 things in particular that rank this track so high up for me.
Cheap, and beach?
I said shush.
First off, the aesthetic. I love beach levels. From the bright sunlight to the sandy shores, everything about them is just relaxing to me. It's a look that Cheap Cheap Beach nails perfectly. The tropical colors blend in together through the sunny lighting so nicely, and the water just looks fucking immaculate. Secondly, this track actually reminds me a lot of a track from Double Dash, Peach Beach, which is my favorite Mario Kart track ever. They're even designed pretty similarly, with the elevated starting point, the slight curves at the main road that allow for many a drift boost, and even the turn back to the finish line that removes the racer from the beach itself. So there's also that pseudo-nostalgia factor that I enjoy. And thirdly, that music dope though.
So I guess one could say you're a beach for Peach Beach?
What? No, I'm not a beach, Wombo.
No, cause beach sounds like bitch.
I can't believe you would call me a bitch!
What the fuck? It's at this point in the list that Ed and I are pretty much done with the compromised tracks that one of us personally vetoed into the top 10. The remaining 8 are tracks that we full-on agreed would make the list. So no more one-sided discussion.
Hey Wombo, can you handle this entry for me? I got a dip.
What? Where are you going?
Dance party.
Oh, Ed. You didn't know? This is the dance party. There are 2 tracks in this game that made this list specifically for appealing to the music nerd in both of us, and Electrodrome is the first one.
Honestly, there's so many straightforwardly enjoyable things about this track that it's actually pretty hard to touch on in any sort of extensive detail. It's just an exciting place to be in.
I imagine this is what the inside of a disco ball would look like. You know, if you could, like, actually live in one of those.
That's so stupid.
Well, like...
Why would you even say that?
I mean...
I agree.
Oh.
For a place that's meant to embody the very essence of electronic music, I don't think they could have done better than this. There's so many touches that bring together the whole aesthetic of the place, from the metallic dance floor at the beginning, to the colorful trail at the start of the anti-gravity section, to the split roads that are almost like driving on neon signs. A place this colorful should be overwhelming, but it just isn't.
And especially when you see all the dancing Shy Guys and Koopas, you steadily grow to understand that Electrodrome isn't so much a track to go mechanically balls to the walls as it is to just vibe with. But that's not to say it doesn't have anything interesting from a gameplay standpoint. In fact, it has one of the more interesting uses of anti-gravity, where you switch axes towards the beginning and then stay anti-grav for most of the remaining track.
And while this is a pretty subtle detail, the orchestra hits towards the end of that portion are so satisfying.
While again, not our favorite music-themed track in the game, the pulsating groove of Electrodrome, it definitely clicked.
Why do you keep calling it that?
Calling it what? Electrodrome?
It's Electrodome.
No, it's Electrodrome.
That doesn't make sense. What even is a drome?
I don't know, that's just what it's called.
No, it's not. Here, look at the track listing. It clearly says Electrodrome. Drum. Drum.
Ed, are you alright?
Why is there an R in there? I don't get it.
Not right.
I think he's gonna be alright.
Drum.
Moving on.
Our next entry. Ow! Hey!
I'm throwing snowballs at ya.
Seriously?
I'm throwing snowballs at ya. Sherbetland is a recurring track throughout the franchise that I consistently adore. Though weirdly, this isn't even the only version of it. There's the N64 Sherbetland that was remade on the Wii, and then there's this version, which is remade from Double Dash. Why these wouldn't just have two different names, I have no idea.
Apparently Nintendo only has one name for ice tracks. If there's ice, it's a sherbet.
What about Ice Ice Outpost?
We don't talk about Ice Ice Outpost.
In a kind of similar way to what Ed said about Cheap Cheap Beach, Sherbetland just has a jovial yet relaxing vibe that I always adore. I love the way that this version in particular shifts it to a nighttime aesthetic, allowing for these celebratory lights and fireworks, with the whiteness of the snow also being much more accentuated.
Unlike my good buddy Wombu here, I don't have the same long-lasting love for this track. I never disliked it per se, but it was definitely not one that I would consider a favorite of mine. This version of the track, however, added in just the right elements to turn an okay experience into a downright phenomenal one. The most primary example would be changing these watery pitfalls into fun shortcuts for the player to take. I love the first shortcut in particular and how you can surprise your friends by coming out of nowhere and passing them up.
I definitely agree. If you're going to bring back a stage like this, especially one with an admittedly kind of simple layout, it very much helps to add some major surprises here and there. It's very cool seeing what was once hazards to be avoided be reappropriated to make the progression through the track much more modular. Of course, to me, Sherbetland has always given me snowy, Shy Guy skating, freezy dodging energy, and I'm all about it. But if the changes give a track I've always loved more room to be appreciated by people who were more lukewarm on it, like Ed, then hey, that's nothing but a plus. Now on to number 6. Whoa.
Hey, Wombu!
What?
I'm throwing snowballs at you!
Ed, the joke has passed.
Aw, okay.
And Sherbetland isn't even the best Shy Guy map. This is, apparently. Damn, seriously?
Yeah, Shy Guy Falls, number 6.
I mean, okay. So yeah, if any track on here was the sleeper pick of this list, it was definitely this one. Shy Guy Falls really isn't the sort of track where its greatness dawns on the player right away. It definitely took some time for both of us to warm up to it, but once we did, it easily stood among the best.
While a relatively short track, there are quite a few fun moments within it that make for a pretty enjoyable experience. Like when you're next to some Shy Guys working in the mines and you can hear them working to the beat of the music. Or when you just pass the mines and look into the background and see that this waterfall is just one of many in a huge landscape that spans for miles.
Speaking of which, I'ma be real, this might just be one of the most magical anti-gravity sections in the whole game, just from an imagination standpoint. It starts off simple, with a jump across the flowing water as the whole perspective flips. You even get a nice welcoming little rainbow. But then from there, you drive up and down the waterfall itself, going through all the hardworking Shy Guys and the woodwork they've built on the mountain. It's simple, it's very short, but it's really memorable, and it's pretty. God, it's so pretty. I love how pretty this is.
And I think that's what embodies the appeal of Shy Guy Falls most of all. On a purely scenic level, this gets top marks. And if looks were the only thing we were factoring into this list, it'd probably land even higher.
Ed?
Yeah?
I kind of don't want to talk about this one anymore. I just want to look at it.
You know what? That's valid. I think I'll join you.
Wow, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
So for this entry...
Hey, I'm heading out again. Hope you don't mind.
Can you stop going places in the middle of our list? Where do you even have to go now?
Vacation.
Can you keep going places in the middle of our list? This is a chill track. I like it.
Toad Harbor is the most relaxing track in the game, and I will kill all who disagree in cold blood.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's interesting to be going from the sleeper pick of this list to the one that might be the most obvious, while still maybe a grower for some. It's the sort of track that is so instantly iconic that it's actually kind of hard to believe that it wasn't in any games prior to this one.
While indeed this one did have to grow on me a bit, stop looking at me like that, Ed, I'll be damned if Mario Kart's coastal vacation town wasn't an incredibly fun ride. It feels like every little set piece sticks out in my mind, like the ramp off the boat towards the very beginning, and the splitting high and low roads that let the player go their own routes.
And let's not forget that final stretch in particular, what with the optional wall ride that transitions beautifully into the downhill road.
Ooh, yeah. And let's not forget that part in the town itself with the pavilions that you can ramp on top of or drive underneath.
Yeah, that part's amazing! And let's not forget that incredible piece of music that's somehow both relaxing and energetic at the same time.
And let's not forget the little trolleys with the tracks in the middle of the road. That's just a nice little touristy touch.
And let's not forget palm trees.
And let's not forget water.
Oh, let's not forget that!
And let's not forget... What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Probably not important. Moving on.
I am Shadow Android.
Hello?
Hey, Wambu.
Oh my god, Ed, where the hell are you?
At the airport.
You were right next to me 2 seconds ago.
So I was going on vacation, right?
You're not even listening.
And the thing
There's
is,
just no continuity to this.
my flight ended up getting canceled. Do you think you could pick me up?
Yeah, sure, be there in a bit.
What for? All the cars in this town seem to be props anyway.
Hey, I'm here.
What took you so long?
Hey, wait, Ed.
What?
What if we just vacationed here?
In the airport?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea!
Woo!
This is the most fun I've ever had in my life.
I didn't think there would ever be a time where I described an airport as being enjoyable, and yet, here we are.
I guess when it's less about removing all metallic belongings while struggling to find your passport, and more about zooming through planes, runways, and other fun contraptions, you start to see more of the potential.
Seriously though, you go to an airport in real life, and the process is just so careful, rigid, and procedural. The atmosphere is almost kinda oppressive. Sunshine Airport is absolutely not that. It's so free and fun, and it just revels in doing exactly what you're not supposed to do in a place like this. I don't care what you say, Mom. I'm ramping off these conveyor belts, and there ain't nothing you can do to stop me.
Fuck the law!
Fuck the law!
But for real, the whole feel of this place is so unexpectedly happy. It honestly captures the same carefree energy as a place like Toad Harbor, except I describe this one more as a childlike sense of wonder. All the airport going-ons are just happening around you. Planes are taking off, cargo is being unloaded, and there's even a little PA announcer in the beginning.
This is the final boarding call for Boomerang Bros International Airlines.
But it's all pretty secondary to the player's own enjoyment. Like that of an inquisitive child, it's all about what you feel like doing. When is this ride supposed to end anyway?
Hopefully never!
Hey, you alright?
There's a power inside me.
Yeah?
A power that can't be contained any longer. You have to reveal the entry.
But shouldn't we, like, say something first?
Reveal the entry!
Okay.
Get ready for a musical adventure.
Oh my god.
Driving down this melodic motorway with splendor.
This shit again.
I'm so excited to talk about this entry.
Seriously?
So many good things, it's almost elementary.
God damn it, Ed.
Boost jumps to the beat of the metronome.
I actually can't even fucking believe you right now.
Even better than Electro.
It's Drome. Well, I guess he stopped at least.
Drone, Electro, Electrodrome.
Ed, snap out of it.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna put the music back on, but you can't sing along with it, okay?
I'll try my best.
So this was the other track that appealed to the music nerds in both of us, and while I thought Electrodrome was pretty wild, Music Park just goes psychotic with the idea. Every single feature of this place, no matter how subtle, just breathes music.
While the music inspirations are obvious in some places, like the piano and drums that you drive on, there are quite a few subtle references to different instruments throughout the track. There are brass horns and cymbals all around you, and if you look up, you can see the valves of a trumpet moving up and down along with the music. The bushes are even replaced with little speakers. That's just so charming.
Indeed, it's a track that layout-wise is still relatively simple, but the whole thing is just so committed to its concept. It's like every little section has some sort of fun little musical surprise. I'm especially partial to the keys personally, how they go from piano to xylophone, how they play ascending and descending scales as you drive over them, and how the black keys are used as ramps. It's these little touches that make something as simple as a turn that much more exciting.
My favorite part has to be the metronome section, where you can get little speed boosts by timing your jump just in time with the music. It's like a mini rhythm game that adds just the tiniest bit of extra challenge to this already fun track. I love the giant music notes in particular, and just how happy they look jumping up in the air. It's just freaking adorable.
I like to jump up and down, and you never call me adorable.
Well, that's 'cause you ugly.
Wow. I'm hurt.
Everything in this track is amazing. This is easily my personal favorite track in the game. Seriously, I ranked it at number 1. It appeals to me in every way, and I just love it so fucking much!
Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for that. Honestly, I can't even blame you. I mean, I'm personally not about to marry this track or anything, but I'm also scared of that strong of a commitment, you know? Anyway, this track is great and is definitely worthy of being Ed's number 1. As for mine...
So now that we've covered my favorite track, now it's your turn, Wambu. This better be something good. Wambu, what is it? Wambu? Out with it! Well, son of a bitch. Okay, I guess you did pick a good track. Alright, good job. Gold star for you.
You don't have to judge me, okay?
I... wasn't?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been doing these for a long time. I'm not used to this.
Are you kidding? Big Blue is amazing! It's an immaculately designed, fully anti-gravity track that looks so vibrant and feels so exciting. I've never played an F-Zero game personally.
You've never played You've never played You've never
Yes, I have never played an F-Zero game.
You've never... That's fair, actually. A lot of people haven't played F-Zero.
Have you played F-Zero?
Of course I have. I'm not some fucking nobody.
Okay, God.
I personally was a big fan of F-Zero GX in particular. With its insanely fast-paced gameplay and endlessly creative track design, it was one of the most fun racing games I've ever played. And honestly, if the aim was to split the difference between the out-there track design and sheer speed of F-Zero with the natural charm and zaniness of Mario Kart, it does the job perfectly. The other F-Zero track they included, Mute City, it was good too. Big Blue, on the other hand, is just on another level.
I guess you could say it blew it out of the water.
In F-Zero fashion, the whole thing just has a great sense of flow and momentum to it. Every part of the track has some sort of element to help keep the players moving, like the conveyor belts in the beginning, the water slides, and the heavy saturation of boost pads throughout the whole thing. It has one big lap as opposed to 3 repeating ones, and there's just never a boring moment through any of it.
And all the while, the track is constantly twisting and giving the players new perspectives on the scenery. The beginning has the players soaring around the sky, before the water slides take them through the greenery and waterfalls, and then, just when it's on the cusp of touching the sea, it shoots back up into the sky for the final stretch. Though I will say, I don't really know what that thing is. Wampu, you played F-Zero, what is that?
It's, cool.
You know what? Yes. It's cool.
Overall, yeah, this is it. This is the complete package. It's aesthetically gorgeous, it's designed well, it's insanely fast, insanely fun, and it embodies the appeal of 2 franchises that I love. Top placement for me, yet there was one track Ed and I agreed on just a little bit more, but before we get to that...
Here's the tracks that might have made the list if we didn't fucking hate each other.
This was a pretty strong contender for the list, but Ed fell off it like 5 times while we were recording, so honorable mention, I guess.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Yeah. This is a fine track. It's charming. It's nice. I like it.
I don't care for it.
I don't care for your face.
Fair.
More like Neo Bowser shitty.
Hey, I like this one.
More like Neo Bowser shitty. What can I say about Thwomp Ruins? What can I say about Butte City? What can I say about Cloud Top The water in this game is so fucking pretty!
This track is fine to me. Not great. Honestly, I think it's kind of rudimentary.
I, on the other hand, loved it. In fact, it's my personal number 6. It didn't make the list, however, because of someone.
Well, counterpoint. Another water-themed level that made my top 5 that also didn't make the list. So I guess we're even. Also, you fell off this one, too. This one was incredibly close to making the list before we both vetoed it off in favor of Super Bell Subway and Cheap Cheap Beach.
Consider it the unofficial number 11 for this list.
Last but not least,
Wombu.
Yeah?
This is it.
Yeah?
The final stretch.
Yeah?
Stop saying yeah.
Okay.
I know you know what I want to hear.
What do you want to hear?
I want to hear horns.
Horns?
I want to hear guitars.
Guitars?
I want to hear colors.
Those are inaudible. You can't hear them.
I want to hear the good shit.
Oh, you want to hear the good shit?
I want to hear the good shit.
That's right. Ed and Wombu, connoisseurs of the classics.
We're really predictable.
Yep, shut up. I think it'd be kind of easy to see this track at number 1 and write Ed and I off as crusty old fuddy-duddies appealing to our own nostalgia. And yeah, the fact that this is an old favorite of mine being remade for the modern day did give it a lot of points, but damn, they did such a wonderful job with this.
If you've been paying attention throughout the list, you'll notice that we've been praising tracks with unique level design, beautiful visuals, and hazards that add both challenge and charm to each track. N64 Rainbow Road is a track that not only embodies all of these things, but it does so in a way that is so charming and engaging that it just screams fun. Here, like this.
Anyway, N64 Rainbow Road aesthetically hits that perfect balance of spacey etherealness with celebratory grandeur. It really feels like a victory lap for the entire game.
Everything about this track is absolutely beautiful. The colorful golden road, the starry night sky, the city lights, the fireworks, the trains that shower the players with coins, and especially the music with the shredding guitars and brass horns that just pop with every note played. The whole track just feels triumphant.
I never in my life thought there would be a time where a Mario Kart track of all things made me actively emotional, but this very much got there. It's a piece of childhood magic reimagined in a way that conveys so much love to both the player base and the franchise as a whole. Rainbow Road is a recurring track that I am always excited to see get reinvented in new ways, and honestly, this version is my favorite.
There's really only one problem we have with this track.
No problems, it's perfect, damn it. Perfect!
It's too short.
Oh, yeah. It is a little too short. You're right.
But if the only real problem we have is that we want more of it, then that really speaks volumes to the overall quality. And with that, I think we're done. Have a happy 2015, everybody.
Okay, Ed.
What?
Listen, you keep saying it's 2015.
Yeah?
It's not 2015.
I know.
It's Wait, you know?
Of course. I'm not delusional or anything.
I'm confused.
Wombu, I'm a level with you. There's a lot to life, and right now the world is tense. In fact, it's literally on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you just need to have some fun. It's a new decade, and this is our video. We can do what we want. Live life to the fullest. Don't take everything so seriously.
I guess you have a point.
And to everyone else watching, I'm so glad that we could all make it. To the year 2000.
Get the fuck out of my video.
Okay.
Peggy 18.
I drift, John. It's what I do. You're gonna be a dead boy. And boy. I finally caught up with you.